Good morning. Welcome to my YouTube. Susie here. So I have been sick with COVID for a while and I've been quarantined. And I'm saving you guys the sight of me by not doing an intro and jumping right into my crafts. So I had this brown plastic planter that was left here at Granny's. It was actually in the basement holding mouse traps. So I love my live plants and I wanted to update this a little bit so I could use it. I just threw a quick coat of paint on there. I'm not trying to cover it well. I just don't want the brown to show through. And I thrifted this sweater for $2 and the color was so pretty and the patterns, there was a lot of pretty patterns, but it was just too small for me. So I thrifted it and I'm going to wrap it around this planter. I'm just gonna hot glue all around the top and the bottom edges and get it on there. Definitely the hardest part about this thrift was planting something in this without getting dirt all over the sweater, but I managed to do it and it's so cute. I love how it turned out and I planted an amaryllis in it and hopefully it will bloom. I did notice that after some time the moisture, I guess, seeped through the plastic and it kind of turned the sweater a little bit more tan, but that's okay, still pretty. On to number 2, this pickle jar. As soon as I emptied the pickle jar, for some reason I saw an apothecary jar. So all I did, this was so simple, is I peeled the label off, washed it up really good, and spray painted the lid. And I don't know if you guys remember, I thrifted this for a couple bucks, had the hooks and all. So I'm just using one of the decorative curtain things to make a handle on the jar. All I'm doing is giving it some E6000 and center it on top of the pickle jar, letting it dry for 24 hours, and you have a cute apothecary jar for the bathroom. For my next project, I have a ton of these embroidery hoops and I love the wood tone on them and they're so pretty. And I wanted to make a collage for the wall, like a wall hanging collage. And I also had a brand new drop cloth. So I just cut it down to fit the size. And last year, I bought these IOD Crockery stamps and I never got to use them with the remodeling and the moving and all. So I'm going to play with them today. And this is my first time using these, and everything I've seen, you have to rough them up a little bit. And I thought a flat surface would be the easiest thing to practice on. So I just picked out a few of these and stamped the middle of it and put them back in the frame. And they turned out great. And also for the big frame, I wanted to kind of make a pocket for it to put some floral in. So I'm just layering up a couple of pieces of the drop cloth to do that. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am feeling better. I did sleep for a few days and tried to recover, and at this point I had to make myself get up and move around. So I just found a couple of easy crafts that didn't require a lot of time, that I could take breaks in between. So I'm not overexerting myself here. I'm just making myself do something. After cutting the excess drop cloth on the back and stapling it in, I picked another stamp and put something hard behind it, and I think these turned out so great. I love the look of them, and I think they're going to be great hanging on the wall. I love fresh flowers, and I've had this glass vase for many years, and the sleeve of this thrifted sweater fits perfectly over the top of it, and it just gives it such a warm, inviting, cozy look. Hot glued the top and the bottom in place, and decided I needed to cinch the waist of it some, so I had this ribbon with a pretty little lace that matched it, and that is it. And another quick and easy craft, I had this frame for years that I had already spray painted white, and it didn't have any glass in it, so yep, I cut down my drop cloth to fit, spray adhesive on, and I'm going to put, you guessed it, another crockery stamp. So I know everything I have done in this video so far has been tan or white. I had this old metal bowl. It is heavy, it's real metal, but I'm not really a fan of the fake rust look, and I am getting big spring vibes. This sickness has made me wish for warmer weather, and I love this DIY apothecary. It is a beautiful spring color. And I got me a new heat gun, so I'm quick at just putting a couple of coats on, drying in between, and I love how it's turned out, but I felt like it just needed a little bit elevated, and I thought some white wax is always beautiful over this color. So I just brushed on the Waverly white wax and wiped it back off to bring all that detail back. I did notice that it rubbed a little bit of the paint off, but I thought that gave it some great detail as well. And this bowl turned out so French country cottage looking, and I just love how it looks. I did notice that the white wax made it yellow or bleed through just a little bit, so maybe that wasn't all fake rust, but I still love the way it turned out. On to my last project. I've been holding on to this canister set of grannies for a while, and it's just outdated, but it is in great shape. The insides are clean, very usable. So I wanted to make them look like kind of an old crock. So I'm using the half baking soda, half paint mixture to give these some texture. I wanted to keep the color close to the original color, like for the inside, because I'm not going to mess with the inside. I'm just going to give these a couple of coats on the outside, taking care to go the same direction with my chip brush, and they turned out great. The texture on these is wonderful, and the color is perfect. If you guessed that I was going to put a crockery stamp on these canisters, you were correct. And let me say, round surfaces are a whole different ball game than flat surfaces. So these did not turn out perfect. I tried a couple of different ways doing it. It's just really hard to get it on there, bending it, and getting it all pressed in. But I really didn't want these to be perfect, and I am going to be keeping these for myself, and I'm sure that I will get better at it with time. I tried to do this one on the larger piece of paper, and it was a major mess up. And then I thought, well, maybe since I sealed these in, that I could just wipe the ink off. It did not budge, but that's okay. They still turn out really cute, and I am happy to have them displayed. I think they actually look like they've been stamped for 100 years, so maybe the mess up was a good thing. I love how these turned out, and they're so cute staged, and I'm going to put them in my China hutch. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm feeling much better and getting ready to go back to work. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite of my 7 quarantine thrift flips. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss what's coming up next. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes,
that was the best one, wasn't it?